Hello everybody, good day. My name again is Akin Fish and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So if you're starting up a backyard catfish farm, there are maybe 3 ways you can go about it. Option number 1 is that you get these tanks behind me, alright? So this tank takes 1,000 liters of water and it takes between 50 to 100 fishes, alright? So it takes between 50 to 100 fishes. Now, how would you get these tanks? You get to anywhere where they sell plumbing materials and tell them you want to buy chemical tanks. All right, so the tanks cost about 25 to 30,000 naira right now. All right, and it will take between 50 to 100 fishes. You get the tanks, you get a plumber to connect the inlet from your borehole into the tank and connect an outlet. I will show you that in just a bit. I will show you the finances of this system of starting up a backyard catfish farm right now. So this is how much it will cost you to run a small backyard fish farm with the white tanks. You will need to get the white tanks. Don't forget, I mentioned you will get it from any plumbing materials near you, store near you. Just go there and ask them that you want the white chemical tank. All right, as I said, it takes 1,000 liters and you will probably get it. This is 2024 June that I'm doing this video, so prices might fluctuate. It might have come down from what it is now or more expensive. You probably get it for like 40,000, but you will need to transport it to your house, so I put it as 50,000 here. Now once you get the tank, you will wash it and you will salt it. All right, so you wash it with normal detergent. We're using foam, and then you rinse it with just normal salt. So I put detergent, foam and salt for 1,000 naira. Then you need to do plumbing. That's bringing water in from your bowl and taking water out of your of the tank, you know, the wastewater out into maybe like a gutter or a drainage around you. So I put 10,000 there, not only for materials but also the price that the plumber will charge you for his services. Then feed, I put that you should budget 1,500 naira per fish to raise one fish to 1 kg. Now this assumes you will keep the fish for 6 months thereabouts, but you don't have to. By 4 months, 3 months, your fish is ready to sell for as a smaller size fish. Do you understand? So you won't spend that 150,000 completely. You might probably spend like 80k or 90k if you are keeping them for just 3 months or 4 months. Now you will need to start with juveniles. I advise you start with juveniles because they are big enough for you that are just starting, you know, to survive. All right, when you become an expert, you can then backward integrate into using fingerlings. All right, so averagely it costs about 60 naira now for a juvenile that can pick 2 size of feed. So it will take. So I'm also hoping that you will also start with 2 size of feed. And don't forget your total expense. So your total cost now is about 217,000 to start with that one tank. Now don't forget, this 217,000 is only because we are raising the fish for 6 months. So we budgeted 150k to raise the fish. If you're not raising the fish for 6 months, if you're raising it for 3 months, 4 months, you won't spend up to 150k to feed the fish. So I wanted to share some tips with you, all right, or 6 steps that you should know that you're going to do. Number 1, you're going to buy the white chemical tanks. All right. Number 2, you're going to cut and wash the tank. This can be done where you buy the tank. All right. But of course, when you bring the tank home, you then wash it and rinse with salt. Number 3, you fix your plumbing, bringing water in and letting water go out. Number 4, you buy fish feed. All right. Number 5, you buy the juveniles. Number 6, keep your water clean by changing water regularly. Now, don't forget, the cleaner your water is, the more your fish will eat. The more your fish eat, the bigger they grow. All right, so it's not a question of how much should the water be dirty or how long can I keep the water. No, it's more of how much clean water can you give your fish. It's aquaculture. It's growing something inside water. All right, so we're going to go to the next option available for you as you start your fish farm. So that is the outlet of the tanks. All right, and then you have your fish in the tank. All right, great. So this is option number 2. Option number 2 is that you get these tanks behind me. Now these tanks behind me are about 3,000 liters of water. All right. They tell you that it can take 500 to 300 fishes, but in reality, it will probably just take 150 fishes. Now why I don't like the tanks is that the fish always hang.
until you reduce the quantity of fish inside the tank to that 150 fishes I mentioned. And so this tank costs about 200,000. You can look inside and you can set this up in that shade that you have beside your house, all right, to make sure that you are starting your enterprise. So I'll share the finances of starting your backyard fish farm with this kind of tanks in a minute.
Yes. So for these black tanks, it cost about 230,000, 235,000 right now. So inclusive of transport to your house, I budgeted it at 250,000. Now these black tanks take about 3,500 liters of water or 4,000 liters of water. All right. And of course, there are smaller versions. All right. But this biggest one, the 2,500, 3,500 liter, can only take 200 pieces of fish. What we have found out through experience is that if you put more than 200 fishes of fish inside the tank, your fish will be hanging. That they will be standing like this, like one, instead of them to be swimming around. And so they will not grow as fast as they should. That is why you see a lot of fish groups that you join. You see a lot of people wanting to sell these black tanks. It's because after they bought it, they realized that, oh, they cannot scale their farm. Their farm cannot increase using these tanks because the fish, it can only take so much fish. All right, because it can only take so much fish. So that's why if you go to a lot of farms where you see this black tank, you will notice that their fish is always hanging. All right, or they just use the black tank for something else rather than actually actively growing fish inside them. So washing and salting is the same as the first tank. Plumbing is the same as first tank, but for feed, because now we are raising 200 fishes, it increases our feed budget from 1,500 per fish. 200 fishes mean you are spending 300,000 to feed your fish. And also the cost of juveniles, 200 pieces has increased that to 12,000 naira. And that brings our total budget to 573,000 naira. Now don't forget, this 573,000 naira is only very expensive like that because number one, you bought a black tank which costs 250,000 naira, and you also, which will raise 200 fishes, and then the cost of feed also is 300,000 because we are assuming you are raising the fishes for 6 months. But I've told you that by 3 months your fish is already smoking size. You can sell, 3 months, 4 months, you can sell your fish, so you don't have to spend up to 300,000 naira on feed. Now, as regards feed choices, that, oh, which type of feed did you budget at 1.5? There is a video I did on the comparison of fish feed prices. Check the last video. Just subscribe to the channel and check my videos. Check the last video I did on fish feed. I put the prices of the different types of fish feeds there, and I also teach you how to make the best decision for your fish feeds.
Great. So this is option number 3 of starting your backyard fish farm. All right. So you can either use a tarpaulin fish pond just like this that you can set up at the back of your house. So come and see. You will have fishes in your tank, and then I will share the finances of starting your backyard fish farm with tarpaulin fish ponds like this.
This is the Tarpaulin pond, and trust me, between me and you, this is my honest. This is the best thing I think you should use to start your pond. All right, at least if you are doing more than 100 fishes, I think the next thing you should go for is Tarpaulin fish ponds. So now, as I've explained, this 10 by 7 by 4 feet pond also costs 200,000. You know, just like the black tank, but this one will take 500 fishes, and the reason is because of the wide surface area that it has. So it's able to take more atmospheric oxygen and mix with your water, so your fish is fine. Now typically we are in Ibadan, we sell these fish ponds. I'm in Ibadan. All right, if you want to do business with me, we can definitely transport the fish ponds to your location. With about 50,000 thereabout, it should get to you. And if you are too far, all right, you can order for the liner alone, that's the tarpaulin alone, from us, and then we'll get a local welder or carpenter, somebody around you, to do the legs. Once you get the liner from us, we can teach the person that, oh, okay, this is how to set up the legs. All right, so the washing and salting is the same, the plumbing is the same, but now because you are a big boy, you are doing 500 fishes, your feed budget will increase to 750,000 if you budget 1,500 naira per fish. Now don't forget, I've explained that you don't have to raise your fishes to 6 months. All right, you don't have to spend 750k on feed. You can raise your fishes for lesser and sell. Also, the cost of juveniles also increases to 30,000 naira, bringing your budget to about 1,041,000. Now I know the next question after this is, how much money will I even make from all this investment? All right. Now, truth be told, fish currently is sold at 2,800 naira per kg, meaning that if all your 500 fishes reach 1 kg, you should sell them for 1 million, 1.4 million. Now, truth is, not all your fishes will reach 1 kg. Some will be more, some will be lesser. All right. So, averagely, if you use that 1.5 budget of feed finish, you will discover that at least you get 500 kg of feed of fish in your pond. All right. Now, typically, you can target between 20 to 30% profit per cycle, because I will not start doing another video to say, or I will not start going back to that first one to explain for 100 fishes you should get this, for 200 fishes you should get this. No, what I can tell you is that typically you can target between 20 to 30% of your operation cost per cycle. All right. Now, if you add fish processing, that's fish smoking to it, your profit increases. That's why you see that a lot of fish farms have smoked fish, because your profit increases if you add fish smoking to it. However, I must warn you, smoked fish takes more time to sell than live fish. All right. Now, my other tips for you will be, get more than 1 pond, because you will need to sort your fishes. You will need to separate them based on their sizes. So get more than 1 pond, because fish eat themselves. So make sure you are getting 1 pond, 2 ponds. Maybe you are getting tarpaulin ponds, get like 2 tarpaulin ponds. You know, if you are getting tanks, get like 2 tanks. So you can just stock the fishes and then separate them once one set looks bigger than the other set. Number 2 tip for you is, feed is garbage in, garbage out. All those stories you've heard, fish eats this, fish eats that. They don't eat everything to grow. They eat everything because they are hungry. All right. So if you say, I will feed them this, I will feed them that, all the best to you. All right. But once you are doing business, that is commercial venture, of course, I appreciate every other feed additive I can get, but it will never substitute for that fish feed that you will still buy. Now, I've mentioned that if you are far from us, you can request for the liner of the tarpaulin ponds from us alone. All right. So when we send the liners to you, you get it within 3 to 5 working days. You get a local welder to do the legs for you. It's cheaper for you that way than if you order for the full setup of the pond. All right. And then you now have to transport the pond to you with 50,000, 60,000. It's quite a lot. All right. Unless if maybe you're in the southwest, or if you're doing more than 5 ponds. If you're doing more than 5 ponds, if you divide that cost of transport to, all the ponds, it still makes sense for you. All right. Now, last tip, you can join my mentorship class on how to raise fish optimally. All right. The link is in the bio. Just check the bio. Just check the drop comments of this. I put a link, my WhatsApp link actually, to just reach me directly and join my class. It's a paid class that you pay for it. All right. But it's like a mentorship class, because I'm trying to grow my network of fish farmers even in Nigeria and Africa, all right, beyond. So do well to subscribe to our channel. If this helped you in any way, like and drop a comment to encourage me. All right. And you can ask any question you have in the comment section.
Hello everyone, my name is Fish. If this video helped you in any way, make sure you like and also comment on it, so that you encourage me, so that I can do more content. All right.